Before anyone could say anything, the bell ended. Class rang. Class dismissed. No horseplay on the lunch lines, Miss Arnold said. JT sat at a table by a window. He hadn't been able to pay much attention to Miss Arnold all morning. He cupped a hand over one eye and looked down at his bologna sandwich, then out the snow. He decided that snow was no less with one eye than the other two. And suddenly, he knew what he must do. He put his sandwich back into the wax paper bag and stuffed it into his pocket. On his way out of the cafeteria, he noticed that someone had only half finished his milk. He grabbed the carton and took it with him. When JT got back to the lot, the cat was nowhere he had last seen him. JT looked all around for a place where a cat could hide. He was just about to give up when he thought about the house being torn down at the edge of the lot. He had hidden there many times. Maybe a cat would seek shelter there too. JT scrambled up over the broken boards and pieces of rock that were where the back door has been. He was standing in a room that was once a kitchen. One whole wall was torn away and there were huge gaps in the roof. He found the cat hunched back in the oven of an old abandoned stove. He pulled the mashed sandwich from his pocket and poured some milk into an old Dixie cup. At first, the cat shrank back, and JT thought he was going to jump out of the back of the stove. But the smell of food overcame his fear, and he slowly, painfully crawled forward and began to nibble at the food. It was snowing harder now, and the wind was blowing. The stove was too open to offer much protection. JT began to rampage around the lot. He uncovered Venetian blind slats, slabs of masonite, asphalt tiles, pieces of old furniture, and a square window pane intact with the wooden frame still secure. A window for the cat's house. JT worked with a desperate intensity from some wild blueprint in his mind. He didn't hear the bell that beckoned him back to school for the afternoon. The house that JT built was strangely beautiful. He had fit in the window pane to the back of the stove, and when the door opened at the front was closed, the cat was protected from the wind. An umbrella kept the snow from falling in from above, but allow air to circulate. Boards were propped along the sides for further protection. As a finishing touch, JT made steps leading up to the entrance. In today's reading, we learned that JT lost his cat. Have you ever lost something? If so, what were your emotions? Stay tuned for the next post to see what happens.